Hello.
Hey there.
Hi.
I think we need a countdown.
Yes, I think so too. I think that was suggested, and then I forgot about it until literally just now when you said that.
It just dawned on me. So, that's how the ADD brain works.
I meant to actually do that, but then I forgot because that was a conversation from like longer than 24 hours ago. And I've only had Big Brother on my mind. So
I know, because it's tonight, and I somehow have been sucked into this crazy train. I will say, I told JT what we were talking about doing. And he was like, she talked you into Big Brother and watching it. I said, she did. I was like, oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I am very persuasive, apparently.
And
whatever. This is
say hello to everybody, right?
Yes. We will say hello to everybody in chat. We have a special background helper with us tonight, a new one. So she's going to be putting up everybody's comments for us.
And I just need to give a shout out to 80s Music Man, because, I mean, dude, your legs have got to be hurting and your back, because you've been waiting in line a long time.
That's true. We saw your comment.
And appreciate it.
Yes. Hello, 80s. Hope you're having a great night. Yes. Hope you're doing well. Oh, also, Lady in Gray has been a member for 11 months. We love that. Thank you so much, Lady in Gray, for doing that. Sorry, I had somebody coming inside. Who is it? It's my brother.
Okay, I was like, I hope your door was locked and it's not just some random person.
Oh, look, Teri True Crime's in chat. Well, hello, Teri True Crime. So funny seeing you here. Hi, Polly. Welcome.
To take new pictures.
Angie. Yes. Angie. Oh, goodness. Oh, well. Oh, there's Elbow Feet with this picture from our last show.
Elbow Feet. Get with the program. New show. New show. New episode. New show. New picture needed.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I do want to welcome everyone to... Oh, Mr. Lackey is here.
Hello, Mr. Lackey.
Mr. Lackey.
Hope you're doing well.
Mr. Lackey, I saw a picture of your daughter on Facebook. I just want to tell you, you need to get a big baseball bat. A really big baseball bat, because she's young. She's still in high school. You need to have a gun. You thought
Is she gorgeous?
Chase was an attractive male. She is that on steroids. She is beautiful.
Well, congratulations, Craig.
You need to get a big, especially because I know where you live and I know what the guys are like there. I dated some.
He's probably like already on it. Okay.
I dated some of them, so now it's their kids that are going to be dating your daughter. So, but I do want to welcome everyone to another episode of True Crime and Wine Time. And guess what, guys? I have Teri True Crime.
And I'm Llama.
Hey, guys, we dive into the most jaw-dropping true crime stories. Or since Llama has moved from producer into co-host, we now also cover the most terrifying, horrific, nightmarish, graphic true crime stories lately.
Yeah, lately they haven't been great. This one I feel like is pretty mild.
It is.
The last few.
But we also pair it with something smooth to drink, usually wine or a cocktail, to take the edge off. But guys, I do want to warn you. You want to pour a glass, lock your door so that strange people don't walk in like they just did on Llama. You lock your doors. And we're going to uncork the truth behind this insane story tonight.
Yes, tonight we're covering the case of Larry Rudolph. Okay, he's a dentist.
Did you already have a little burp? Did you already have a little burp?
No, my throat was itchy. I haven't had a burp yet. It will happen.
I think say elbow feet can help with that itch. Anyway.
So tonight we're covering the case of Larry Rudolph, who is a dentist and a big game hunter, whose wife died in a tragic hunting accident. Or did she? Probably not. Or this would be a very short episode. But before we begin, if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live or drop a new episode. And if you're listening to this on a podcast, please leave a rating and a review, as it helps our little pod get noticed. And the best part of all of that, you guys, it's all free.
On Facebook, they can now do the same thing.
Okay. Well, I did not know that because I do not have social media.
So Facebook, they can now hit the like and give it a thumbs up as well. So if you're over on the book face, you want to do that.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Now, I'm just going to warn you and everybody tonight. I hate so many things about this story. And I am going to try very hard to keep the mouth in check.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard.
It's going to be really hard. But guess what, guys? It is July. Okay, it is. So look at that, guys. Do you see the big sold out sign? So as I mentioned, me and Llama will be live in person July 19th in Marion, Ohio, where we are going to be covering 2 Ohio-specific cases, the disappearance of Andy Chapman and the unsolved murder of Joey LaBute. Guys, tickets are sold out. And can you freaking believe it?
No, I can't. It's very exciting.
I mean, the fact that people want to pay money to hear us and see us.
I love that.
And drink with us. But
I think people are just paying to drink with me. That's all. Which is a good time.
It is a good time. But guess what, guys? If you weren't able to score a ticket, don't worry. You can still see the show if you're a member of our YouTube channel. Okay. We will be streaming the show. And guys, what other shenanigans we get into that weekend exclusively to our members.
Yes.
So we are going to be going live. We are all staying in an Airbnb. There's 6, 7, 8 of us.
7 of us.
Teams coming. We're all meeting there. A bunch of the teams coming. Guys, we have multiple tiers. I already feel like we're going to need to sign NDAs because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of shenanigans. I mean, Elbow Feet's going to be in the house with us.
Yeah.
So if you want to not only see the live show, but you want all of the other stuff, I am going to say you want to click that join button, pick whichever tier works best for you because you're not going to want to miss it. And guys, if you want to see us closer to where you are, just fill out our live event form or email me at Teri@TCWTmedia.com and we will see what we can set up.
I am so freaking excited about it. Oh, you're going to sneak on the show? Are you 80s? I hope so. You'll just be like the ninja running across. Be like, who's that? And we'll be like, we know who that is. It's 80s. It's 80s.
I was to say, I would probably drop my glass of wine.
That's true.
What do you mean by that?
You know, Elbow Feet.
Just think of the Tick song. That's all you need to think of is the Tick song from our members only. Was that just last night?
Yeah, it was last night. Yeah. That's true. Well, thank you, Jaded. Love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad people think I'm a lot more interesting than I am. I'm just kidding. But okay, so before we get into what we're drinking, okay, we have to do something. We have to wish the amazing, the talented, and the beautiful Buffy, aka Demi, to some of you in chat, a very, very happy birthday. Look at that. Look at that. She's going to hate us for this. She doesn't know about it.
It's so beautiful.
She is one of my bestest friends, my T squared, and it's been such a pleasure to have her in my life these last few years. So cheers to you, babes. Cheers to you, Buffy. We love you. Happy birthday. to another
And
fantastic year for you.
I love that I get to share birthday month with her. I'm not one of her, besties for years. So I at least could say I am so special because I get to share birthday month with her. She lets me.
I think she's pretty awesome. But today's her birthday. So if you see her in chat, I don't think she's in here yet. She's probably watching Big Brother before the rest of us, knowing her. But it's her birthday, so I can't be mad about it.
Before we get into what we're drinking, I need to say this before I drink too much.
Oh, okay.
If there's anybody in the chat that knows me outside of the podcast, you need to hold on to your butts because I am about to announce something that is going to make you all be shocked.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know what this means, but okay.
I have been sucked into the Big Brother cult. Compliments of Llama. I even voted today and picked a Big Brother fantasy lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have ever thunk that would happen?
Just tell everyone you know they're not going to be able to get a hold of you for the next 3 months because you're going to be watching live feeds every day like a crazy person. It's amazing. You're going to love it.
I'm either going to thank you when I see you next weekend or I'm going to slap you.
That's fine. I feel like it's going to be the second, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I drank the Kool-Aid.
Expect the unexpected.
Well, I read, so now that you've made me get on that rabbit hole, no, the host said she hopes this year's different because it's gotten to be where expect the expected.
Yeah. I don't know who's producers for that show, but we come up with amazing ideas. And I think maybe it's because we might be statists. I don't know. The producers there, they don't play all the cards. And we come up with, we're like, oh, they should do this. And then they don't. It's something way lamer.
Why does it say no, Teri, no?
Because Cap'n is not on the BB train. That's why.
So you haven't. Oh, well, we'll have to give her some Kool-Aid next weekend and get her on the Kool-Aid.
This is
no, it's not
about it. Brother and wine time.
Cap'n. Now maybe I have to change my. Nope, sorry, I'm already on the train.
Anyway, let's get what you drinking. All right, so tonight I'm drinking Cave and Cove American Moscato. It says nothing about it, so that's all I have to share about that. But that's what I'm drinking tonight.
Well, I am drinking a Chateau Thiven rosé, and let's see what it says. It's in French. Miss Embouté à Chateau Familia. Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
You always get the French ones.
Well, because I'm going to Paris with one of my besties for our birthday. So I'm trying to find some that I like.
Okay. Love that. Love that. Well, you guys, let's get into why we're all here. The case of Larry Rudolph. Okay? Hope y'all are ready. You're all going to be pissed because we've been pissed too. So prepare yourselves. So let's start off with Lawrence Rudolph. We call him Larry, but his real name's Lawrence. He had everything: a successful dental practice, a beautiful wife, and 2 smart and loving children. I don't know what it is with all the dentists lately. Covering on the show, we can't escape them. And we're going to have to name the show to Dental Crimes and Wine Time, for sure.
That's how I wound up in the endodontist chair. And I told her today, I said, it's all because on my podcast, we covered dentist. And now here I am.
I think the last dentist one we did, Lady in Gray had to go to the dentist the next day.
I'm like,
and that's when she listened to it.
So like, can we cover people who win the lottery? So then maybe we'll win the lottery.
Have they committed crimes? I don't know.
There are people who've been killed for the lottery winnings. We're going to need to look into that.
That's a fun.
People on the back end. Could you write that down and add it to our list? Because then maybe we'll win the lottery.
Ooh, maybe. I hope so. Oh, I forgot to put the pictures up here. Oh my goodness. That's Larry, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm also reading, entertaining, and running a slideshow tonight. So
I mean,
we're doing it.
physically not unattractive, but as a person, he's
Blech.
hideous.
The worst. The worst. Separating the lies from the truth. Get out of here, elbow feet. You're out of
Yeah,
control.
please. But guys, Larry met his wife, Bianca Fenicio, in the cafeteria at the University of Pittsburgh. Larry was getting his DMD, or Doctor of Medicine in Dentistry, and Bianca was an undergrad. They got married in 1982.
As
Guys,
you can tell from that hat.
that hat tells you all you need to know about what era it was, okay?
Yeah.
Just after she graduated. They spent their newlywed years building his dental practice, Total Dentistry. Now, Bianca worked in his office until they became parents, when she shifted her attention to raising her children while Larry built the business that would support the family.
Yeah, of course. And business was good because eventually they bought another home traveling between Pittsburgh and Arizona. Look at these houses. Look at those. That's ridiculous. They're beautiful.
Um,
I love
I
them.
mean, it wouldn't suck to live in one,
I'll
but
take both.
huh?
I said I'd take both.
I mean, I'll take both.
And their income also supported a very expensive hobby of theirs.
And we're not talking golf.
Larry and Bianca were both avid big game hunters. And with that, we must now address the elephant in the room. Pun intended. You guys are not going to like this picture. I promise not to leave it up for that long. But these guys, I hate them.
I hate them.
I
I'm
have
glad
nothing
it's
nice
not
to
a
say.
picture of an elephant, but that's just as bad. Just as bad. Now, this is a controversial topic for some, okay? You guys know we love our animals here at True Crime and Wine Time. I mean, my God, I now have 3 goats. Who would have thunk that? And obviously, there are responsible ways to hunt. And if you're following laws and safety requirements, I got no problem with you guys. It also can be used for population control, for food, for hides, and for all sorts of things that are actually useful. Okay. So that an animal didn't die in vain. Now, guys, I will tell you, I was raised in a family that hunted. I went to the deer lease every weekend, saw it happen. My dad quit taking me in the deer lease because we would pull the gun up to go to shoot. I would make noise and scare the deer off because I didn't like that. But I will eat venison. I will eat jerky. All of that I'm okay with. If you do it and you eat them and you utilize it, I don't want to be there to see it. Okay. I don't personally even like to kill insects except for all spiders. Okay. So I don't really understand seeing an exotic animal and thinking, ooh, I'm going to kill the heck out of that.
Me either.
And I also don't see the joy in killing something just to hang its head on the wall or stump its body unless it's your ex-husband.
I mean, there's that. There's that.
But I won't get off my soapbox, but it will probably I mean, I have a problem with that. Now, I will say I've heard in some places in like Tanzania, they do take the meat from the big game and they do feed, the poorer populations. I'm okay with that. But also, guys, canned hunts where you go sit there and they make it come to you, that's not really hunting.
Nope. I'm not okay with it. I don't like any of it. But
No,
anyway.
absolutely not. Elbow feet. No panda skin rugs.
Pandas are the worst. But no, even that, I'm against. Don't kill the stupid pandas just because you can. It's weird and I don't like it. But anyway, so yeah. So Both Larry and Bianca were into hunting exotic animals and often traveling to different locales to hunt. Larry became the president of the, oh, hold on, again, doing both. Come on, get it together, mama. Larry became the president of the Pittsburgh chapter Safari Club International, an organization whose website states their mission as, quote, to defend the freedom to hunt and promote wildlife conservation worldwide. I don't think Safari Club is a good name for that because that makes it seem like you're non-killing animals. You're going to look at them, but okay. Anyway, they also have a political action committee that lobbies governments internationally. And Larry even received the Weatherby Award for his hunting achievement, outstanding support of conservation, and a dedication to ethical sport hunting. Whatever, sure. They even built their own hunting cabin in Zambia.
I mean,
Yeah.
do you guys know that to go kill these big animals, it's like $40,000?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Think of other better things you could spend the money on. So I do not like these people. I do not respect these people. It is very hard to give a shit about anybody in this story, but here we are.
Yeah. And I'm going to just go on record right now. If somebody wants to send me an email and explain it to me, I do not understand how conservation and hunting go hand in hand when some of these animals are on the near extinction list. And yet you go to certain countries and you can kill them.
Yes. Elbow Feet says the money actually is what makes up the majority of the funding for the reserves. That is true.
Okay.
It does help in that degree. But again, it's these people having like the need to spend all of this money to do, like, I can't.
And they do it more than once. So it's not like they just go once, do it. Why don't you just donate money to the conservation?
Right. I'm sure they just will take money, but okay.
Yeah,
anyway, doesn't matter. We're coming out the soapbox again. Okay, we're just moving on. Anyway, why don't you tell us more, Teri?
Yeah, I mean, at one point, Larry had a little hunting accident. Now, there were no witnesses, and there are two different versions out there of what happened on this safari in Zambia. One is that he shot off the tip of one of his thumbs. He told a fellow safari club member that it was bitten off by a 10-foot crocodile. Now, guys, did he steal that from Captain Hook?
You're a crook, Captain Hook. Sorry, that's an Arrested Development joke for my Arrested Development friends.
Now, he said he was pulling a fish from the water when a crocodile bit his thumb and pulled him into the water, where they proceeded to wrestle. And obviously, Larry won and had no other injuries from this.
So you wrestled a freaking crocodile that pulled you into the water, and all you lost was the tip of your thumb. Like, sure, Jan. He needs to lay off the nitrous, okay? As a dentist, he's got a whole supply, and this is the most insane story I have ever heard.
I mean, I have a pretty good idea of which story is true, but either way, he lost some use of one of his thumbs, which was a problem for a dentist. He had to file for disability in 2006.
Oh, God, this guy. So by 2007, he was collecting $30,000 a month in disability. Y'all heard correctly. $30,000 a month in disability for a freaking missing thumb tip. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. They buy big insurance policies, or I know surgeons do, so I'm assuming dentists do too, for their hands, so that if something happens, you can do that.
It's only to, like, that's his little nub. $30,000. Get out of here. And it's on his left hand. Get out of here. All right. But anyway, Total Dentistry has has become a chain of practices at this point, and he was still working there in more of a managerial capacity, which I do not understand how he got disability and yet was still working.
Because he could no longer perform the duties he went to school for, so he made less money.
Bet he can, though. Literally, it's a tip of your thumb on your left hand. Get out of here, sir. I don't believe you. What a joke. I hate this guy. So he started to gain a reputation at work for his temper. He was known to throw objects so hard they stuck in the walls for days because apparently he's Thor. He even allegedly threw a syringe at a coworker. And all the while, he would yell at them for being unprofessional. I mean, I guess when you fought a crocodile, you can behave however you want, apparently. But other partners at the chain wanted him gone, out. Larry attempted to sue the chain for defamation, but the partners were one step ahead. They noticed some, let's say, creative booking from Larry and his time there. He was told to walk away or they would be pressing charges against him for embezzlement. And I bet his excuse was the crocodile ate all the money.
Probably.
Oh
Probably.
God.
Now, Larry, of course, denied embezzling, but he did separate from the practice, starting a new group of dental offices known as Three Rivers Dental.
I keep forgetting I'm doing a slideshow. All right. I skipped a slide. I was supposed to do this one a little while ago when you said the Captain Hook thing.
Okay,
right?
Why would you? Oh, that's sweet little. That's the crocodile from Tatiana.
No, Peter
Princess
Pan.
Frog.
I think it's Peter Pan.
Oh, is not the one from Princess and the Frog where he gets up on the boat and he plays the trumpet?
I don't know. I've never actually seen that. We talked about that in our one show. But anyway.
Okay.
So, yes.
But because he is a petty little bitch, the first location was 500 feet from his old job. Okay. Now, Three Rivers grew to a group of 5 offices in the Pittsburgh area, specializing in sedation dentistry. Okay, I'm here for that. Larry's assistant at Three Rivers, Sherry Hawk, said, I liked everything about how we treated our patients, and I really believed in everything we did and how he did it. And I don't know why I just got an accent.
Especially when they're in Pittsburgh, Teri. But I love it. You stick with it. I like it.
It was the hawk that did it. It was the name.
I like it. Keep using that because we'll hear more from Sherry. So Larry and Bianca's children grew up to be successful in their own right. Julian became a lawyer in Florida, and Anna Bianca, or Anna, became a dentist herself, working at her father's practice. Julian said that Larry was a good father who was generous and charismatic. He also noted that his father worked a lot, and he said his mother was amazing and his best friend. Oh,
I mean, he's attractive. I mean, he's kind of cute. And she does have very pretty eyes.
Yes.
Now, Larry's assistant, okay, I will try not to. Sherry said that Anna described her mom as like an angel. She loved her mom. People knew that Bianca Rudolph described her as a very kind, caring person. Sherry herself did not know Bianca. Bianca had never come into the office. Sherry assumed that was because of Larry's affair with his office manager, Lori Milleron. I mean, I'm going to just tell you, as a former doctor's wife, why would you not go to the office and make sure everybody there knew who the heck you were? It would have not happened if you were there and they were scared of you. Just saying. Now, Larry and Lori's affair just seemed like it was very open. As far as I know, it was probably going on for 20 years. It was just uncomfortable and you just didn't talk about it.
Ooh, wow. Larry really did have everything.
Yeah.
Except for 2 working thumbs, I guess. Larry took Lori on many trips and gave her expensive gifts, as they do. This guy is just the worst.
I mean, why would you have your daughter come to work with you there?
Well, I don't know if she worked in that specific. Remember, he owns
Okay.
a chain. So I don't know if the daughter worked at that
Okay.
specific
'Cause
one or
Elbow
not.
feet, we went to the same place, but they talk. I got so many questions, but okay.
He
Now,
probably like let her have her own building and stuff, you know. I don't know.
it didn't take long for Larry's temper to show at the new dental practice. Because, guys, guess what? I guess a tiger can't change their stripes.
Oh, she managed the chain. Okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
Now, as Assistant Sherry recalled, Larry could be very nice and he could change attitude within a matter of minutes. He could throw temper tantrums and we would sort of just call it like he was going Rudolph.
That's never good.
She cited that behavior as one of the reasons she eventually left her job at the practice. That and because I gave her a god awful accent is why she left.
Oh God, no, I just want to throw potatoes at this guy. Those in chat, feel free to throw all the potatoes at this guy. We hate him. It's fine. Nobody likes him. So as we said before, Larry was an active member. Yeah. Well, we won't leave that up for too long. I just want everybody to hate this guy even more. So as we said before, Larry was an active member of the Safari Club International. Then he was the president of the Pittsburgh chapter. And then he became president of the whole board of directors in 2009. And that's a pretty big deal. Unfortunately for him, though, his term was cut short when in 2012 he was voted out by the club and stripped of his awards. Oh, what? Larry? Honest Larry? What? There were reports that he, quote, used his title to commit adultery. Okay. Apparently, they were not happy about Larry taking Lori on an SCI trip to meet Sarah Palin. Nope, that's not how that works. There we go. Look at that giant crab. Oh, no. Ugh. And anyway. Yes, there you go. Cap and throwing all the potatoes in chat.
Please. Please.
Oh.
You know what? Instead of potatoes, can we just throw bottles or something? That's something a little more painful. Now, he did not take this well, as y'all can imagine, because it hurt his little feelers. Okay, which I mean his ego. And the legal battle began. SCI filed litigation that Rudolph was negligent and damaged its reputation. Larry denied all accusations of adultery and secretly recorded a conversation with an SFI official, releasing it on social media with the title Safari Club International SCI President Tells the Truth on Video. Rudolph exonerated.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
So then they filed another lawsuit for invasion of privacy because of that video. Here's a heavily cut down version of the original because we don't want any legal trouble with a bunch of hunters, but we did want you to get a little taste of Larry's famous charisma as he walks in front of a various fake backgrounds.
Yes. Are you guys ready for this? I don't think
I'm
it's
ready.
too terribly long. Okay.
Hi, my name is Larry Rudolph. As a fellow hunter and conservationist, you may know me for my many years as a strong supporter of both hunting and conservation. Maybe we just shared a laugh over a great hunting story and a glass of wine. You know, I've been very fortunate as a hunter, having collected nearly 300 big game species and most of the major international hunting awards, that it became apparent to myself and others that SCI was being abused, mismanaged, and controlled by several of its past presidents for personal financial benefit, their personal agenda and benefit overshadowing the best interest of SCI and hunting.
Right.
They instead chose an age-old tactic to destroy the messenger, using their ethics process to regain their political power.
Not ethics, no.
As a result, SCI chose instead to defame and slander my reputation in a mean-spirited attack, culminating in my expulsion. In hunting terms, we call this a hard shot, and it was designed to kill me. In the interest of the truth and hunting, please take a few minutes to listen to this video.
I mean, they could have just spanked me.
They could have just spanked me.
Okay.
What the hell did we just watch? What is that madness?
Okay. Did he say he has seen over 300 or he has killed over 300?
I think over 300.
So basically, he is killing animals because he wants to be a serial killer in real life.
Pretty much. I don't like this guy.
I
hate
don't
this guy.
like this guy. So
I don't like any of the people in this story. But you know what I think my favorite part of the video is the way he talks about ethics. Like they're mythological. Like those pesky ethics. How dare they? They're trying to sabotage me with their ethics. Gross. Meh. Anyway, he was putting this stuff out there as if it wasn't just making things worse and screwing over the one guy who liked him that was left at the SCI. And surprisingly, Bianca was supportive throughout, saying, quote, "We discussed it, we resolved it, we moved on, it's done." Like, okay. Sure.
Okay. Now, the Rudolphs moved to their Arizona home in 2012. The dentistry practice remained in Pennsylvania, and Larry traveled back and forth for work. Talk about a commute. That's a good commute.
Where's Lori living at this time? Is that
That's
why
what
he's
I was
really
just wondering.
traveling? Because I think so. I think she's left in Pittsburgh. That's what I think about that. Anyway, though, the lawsuits would continue for years, and it certainly didn't change Larry's love of hunting. No. He and Bianca flew to Zambia many times in 2016, and in October 2016, they traveled to Kafue National Park in Zambia. I love the name of this place. To get to say Kafue, love
I
it.
do too. Now, I want to know, because I mean, I really hope he was looking for his thumb while he was there.
I hope so too. So Kafue National Park is one of the largest wildlife reserves in Africa. Look at how big and beautiful that is. Gorgeous. So it's adjacent to a game management area with a highly regulated hunting season, allowing the hunt of species like antelope, buffalo, leopards, and even lions. And the Rudolphs went to Zambia because Bianca wanted to hunt a leopard. Oh, I want to get on the soapbox again, but I won't. It makes it so difficult to root for you, Bianca.
Bianca, just go buy a leopard print outfit or something, a fake fur leopard print coat.
It's so hard.
So, in Kafue, the Rudolphs stayed in their 2-room cabin. It was a bedroom and a bathroom. The cabin next door was referred to as a dining area, but presumably also housed the guests who weren't sleeping with Larry.
We even know that.
They were there for 10 days. A local game scout, Spencer Kukuma, accompanied them on their hunts. He said they seemed very happy. They were laughing at each other, kissing each other, hugging each other. I didn't see any tension. For the hunt, they had brought 2 weapons, a Remington 375 rifle and a Browning 12-gauge shotgun. I want to know why they took 2, but that's okay.
One for each of them,
I guess.
Well, Bianca did not kill a leopard, but she did kill numerous other animals on their trip, including a hippo, a zebra, a warthog, and an impala.
She killed Pumbaa?
Yeah. Larry did not actively hunt. I just want you to remember that she hunted a zebra because I'm going to point something out later. So just remember that. All right. Larry did not actively hunt on the trip due to limitations on permits. The trip was drawing to a close and they had one more night at the cabin.
Now, at approximately 5:30 a.m. on October 11th, 2016, a shot and a scream rang out in the remote lodging area. Spencer Kakuma and hunting guide Mark Swanepoel were nearby and ran to Rudolph's cabin. They found Larry Rudolph shouting for help and Bianca Rudolph on the floor, bleeding from a large wound in her chest. Swanepoel said that the Browning shotgun was nearby on the floor, sticking out of a partially zipped, soft-sided case with a large hole from the blast.
Interesting. Now, Kakuma said that he and Swanepoel had only been about 30 yards away, and they made it to the cabin in roughly 15 seconds to find Rudolph sobbing. Let me just kill myself because my wife, she's committed suicide. She's killed herself. I just want to kill myself also. Rudolph said he had been in the bathroom when his wife shot herself, and he was so distraught, he immediately ran to the nearby riverbank, saying he was going to drown himself. Oh. Kakuma talked Larry down, and they returned to the cabin. And 2 points. 1, how did he go straight to it with suicide when there was a hole in the case? What a weird freaking thing to say.
Yeah.
Seems more like your first thought would be like it's an accident than a suicide, right? You don't want to just go to suicide first. That's weird. And 2, sir, those dramatics are a bit over the top. I don't even think I did my rendition justice, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I mean, I think Buffy would do a great reenactment of it. But I'm sorry. If there's a hole in the rifle case, why would you instantly go to suicide? And she was happy. Y'all were laughing. She killed all these animals. Why was she depressed?
Yeah, it's weird.
Except for she's married. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got a joke for that later.
Now, Kafue National Park investigator Masamuse found the crime scene to be troubling. The barrel of the shotgun was so long, he wondered how she could have pulled the trigger with it facing her. He later said, I suspected this to be foul play because the way the firearm was lying, the way the deceased was lying, the way the bullet went through, because to me, to say that she shot herself, I'm sorry, I doubt it. And let's not forget that Bianca was an experienced hunter. And guys, she would have known better than to aim a weapon at herself, even if she thought it was unloaded.
Doesn't make no sense. Oh,
were you peeing?
I was not peeing. I was pouring more wine, you guys.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. But there was another inconsistency, by the way, because Scout Spencer Kakuma watched Bianca unload and clean the rifle the previous night, as they did after each and every hunt as part of their safety protocol. So he's like, what? Why is this?
So why would it get reloaded? Somebody intentionally loaded it. Okay. Now, when Rudolph was interviewed by the Zambian police, his story had changed. He no longer thought that Bianca had died by suicide, but this had been a tragic accident. Bianca had shot herself while packing up the shotgun, all while Larry had been taking a shower. The interview lasted about 30 minutes. Police Commander Roston Yayayanga, guy, said simply, I believed him because I wasn't there.
Okay, sir, that is not good. That is not good detective work.
You know criminals lie, right, sir?
Right? Like, what? Get out of here. Anyway, Kakoma was shocked to hear this new version of the story, especially because Rudolph had been fully dressed, wearing shoes, less than a minute after the gunshot. He told police he'd only been wearing a towel.
So my first thought and question here is, how did he lie about having a mistress for 20 years? Because let me tell you, he sucks at lying.
I think she knew about it.
Yeah, but now Kukoma and Musese voiced their concerns to the police. Musese later said, the Zambian police told me that they would really investigate the issue. They didn't. I'm going to just go on a limb and say, thank you, 80s music man.
Yeah.
I thought so good at them.
Oh, African names are hard. So we have little cheat sheets throughout this script, though. But she's doing great. Nailing it, because she has all the names for some reason. And that wasn't on purpose.
Oh, y'all did it on purpose because you know I was going to do a bad job at it. So it's okay.
It's not, I promise. So the police confiscated the shotgun, and a ballistics expert performed multiple drop tests to try to recreate an accidental shot. The expert found that the gun did not misfire during the course of the test. The gun was returned to Rudolph, and a forensic pathologist examined the body and found the cause of death to be a hemorrhagic shock and a macerated left side of heart and perforated lung from gunshot injury. That's a big shotgun.
It's got to kill big animals.
I know. Just saying. That's big.
Okay. You leave my St. Louis alone. Okay, Captain? I'll take that up with you next weekend. Now, the police investigators found the scene to match Rudolph's story. I don't know what scene they were looking at, but okay. They believe that the shotgun had discharged while inside of the case about 3 feet away from Bianca, and that Larry had tried to resuscitate his wife. I mean, guys, am I taking crazy pills? Because if the gun didn't misfire when dropped, how would it go off in a case 3 feet away with nothing to pull the trigger?
Don't make sense. Oh, there's birthday girl.
Oh, happy birthday, girl. I'm going to just say right now, BS. I'm calling bullshit. Doesn't happen. Now, call the mystery machine, because this may be the work of a ghost. And exactly how does one attempt to resuscitate someone who has been shot through the heart? Because the witnesses didn't mention that. And and I'm sure I'm not the only one, am glad that Commander Yayanga has since retired, because I don't think he was doing a great job.
No, he would have literally had blood all over him if he was trying to reset all over him.
I mean, Scooby and the gang would have figured that out.
Exactly. So the Zambian police concluded that this was all a tragic accident. Rudolph quickly called the U.S. Embassy to report that his wife had died of an accidental gunshot round, right? Not suicide anymore. He then told them that he wanted to have her cremated in Zambia and plan his trip back home. The cremation request was granted, but it did raise a red flag for the embassy consular chief. He needed to identify the body for himself first and hurried to Ideal Funeral Home in Lusaka with 2 other embassy officials. And I love that it says Ideal Funeral Home on the side with a Hummer hearse out front.
I do. I'm sorry. I have to go back. Buffy, what did you do to your cat to make your cat throw up in your bed to say happy birthday to you? I mean, I could see it bringing you a dead mouse or something. So what did you do to that poor kitty?
Yikes.
Sorry.
So after seeing the wound, he proceeded to photograph the body in an attempt to preserve any potential evidence. And bless this man, okay? As a former Marine with decades of experience on weapons, he recorded that the bullet wound was straight on the heart, that it was not a tight group of pellets, but was about 6 meters in diameter, and noted a second injury caused by wadding from a shotgun cartridge. This injury suggested to him that Bianca had been shot from a distance of 6.5 to 8 feet, which is pretty freaking close range.
No, 6.5 to 8 feet is not range.
I know
close.
It's close
because I'm like,
for the gun that's that big.
But for her to have shot herself by accidentally dropping it, I mean, yeah.
We saw how small those cabins were. So, I mean, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I've shot one of those shotguns before. And I will tell you, I walked away with a bruise that covered my shoulder and one of the girls. I mean, they will kick your butt. Now, guys, are you ready? Larry was livid when he learned that the counselor chief had visited the funeral home and photographed Bianca's body.
How dare they?
The counselor chief still needed to collect Bianca's passport and met with Larry and Mark Swanepoel at the crematorium. The chief offered to help Larry notify the family, and Larry told them that he preferred to tell the family personally. He also told him that the children were his from a previous marriage and not biologically related to Bianca. What the fuckery?
Like, why?
Interesting.
Why would you say that?
Because he's trying to do the crawfish crawl. Now, he also asked a lot of questions about who would have access to any police records about the accident. The chief made him nervous. Let's just be honest.
Yes, very much so. So obviously, all of this led to the consular chief to contact the FBI and tell them that he had a bad feeling about the situation. And so did the feds. When they looked into Rudolph's many insurance policies on Bianca, there were 9 policies in Bianca's name, totaling just under $5 million. What?
9?
9 policies. I don't know if I've ever seen a case that had that many life insurance policies.
I want to know the date they were taken out.
They're all up there on that chart.
No, that's the claim date and the date the claim paid.
Oh, my bad.
I want to know the date he took them
out.
I could see him having that much on him because he owned a chain of practices. Why her? She was a stay-at-home mom. Why does she need to be covered for $5 million? I
don't know.
Okay. Sus. Okay. Now, Bianca Rudolph was cremated 3 days after her death, and Larry Rudolph flew back to Pennsylvania. Her children, guys, didn't know she died until a week after her death.
Not suspicious at all.
Guys, that to me is another crime.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially when his kids said that he was a good dad.
Yeah. According to one of Bianca's friends, many of her family and friends did not know about the death until the funeral. I mean, guys, surprise parties suck. I mean, I wouldn't know. I've never had one, but surprise funerals are just cruel. I mean, no. Larry and Bianca's children had a lot of questions, but their father didn't want to talk about it. He insisted that it was an accident, and he gave them no details. Guys, remember, his son is an attorney. You can't tell me his son did not have a lot of questions.
Right. Oh, Captain says the earliest policy was from 1987. Most were from 2016, and the old ones were updated in 2016. So, that's not good for you, Larry.
That's not. Oh my gosh.
Yay. Surprise.
And Buffy,
And you can
I
make things
didn't.
happen for that.
There was just glitter bomb on the photo, but not in real life.
That's true. So one of Bianca's friends helped get the investigation rolling. The red flag for her was the cremation, because Bianca was a strict Catholic and had said she did not want to be cremated. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm a little behind here. The friend told the FBI that Larry had been verbally abusive to Bianca, that he was cheating on her, and that the couple fought over money. She said, Larry is never going to divorce her because he doesn't want to lose his money, and she's never going to divorce him because of her Catholicism. Now, the federal case begins to take shape. Oh, it's not great when the feds are home.
It's not. And I just want to say to any other woman who is Catholic and married, you can get a divorce in Catholicism. You go to the priest and you talk to them. I did it. Okay. You can now, it's not the taboo like it was back in the 80s or 90s. You do not have to stay married to a man that is verbally abusive to you and cheating on you. Okay. If you are in that situation, call me. I'll help you figure out what to say to the priest. Now, within a month, Larry started filing claims on all of Bianca's insurance policies. Now, remember that hunting guide, Mark Swanepoel, at the camp?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he personally spoke to all of the insurance companies and told them that it was an accident, specifically saying that she could reach the trigger despite the gun's 31-inch barrel and her being a 5'4" woman. He suggested that she could reach with her long fingernails.
For fuck's sake. How are you so bad at this? Swanepoel and Larry, both of you.
I wonder, did he have a double indemnity policy on any of those where if it was an accident, they paid double?
Probably. I don't know that to be true, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Now,
or maybe those were the double amounts.
Between the statements and the investigation from the Zambian police, the policies paid out. He also kept the entirety of their $14 million fortune, even though half of it should have become property of her estate, which would have been passed on to their children. Guys, I just need to stop. A dentist, $14 million. Now I know why, after insurance is paying 80%, I still have to pay $858 for one root canal.
Yep. It's a racket. Well, in January of 2017, so we're talking a couple months after Bianca's death, Lori moved in with Larry. Of course she did. Around the same time, Mark Swanepoel was paid $30,000 by Rudolph, and he received an additional $23,000 2 months later. Sometimes I can't even really comprehend how stupid people are.
Okay,
so
guys,
he paid him off. You guys gotta figure that out.
Do you know how much money that is over in
Zambia? A fuck ton of money.
That's like $1 million to them.
Yeah. Why else would you send this guy money?
Found that suspicious?
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure the feds found it suspicious. Let's find out.
Eventually, the photographs of Bianca's body made it back to a Colorado medical examiner who concluded that it would be physically impossible to accidentally fire this shotgun in its carrying case and produce the entrance defect noted on the body of Mrs. Rudolph. The tip of the carrying case was most likely at least 2 feet from Miss Rudolph when the weapon was discharged, regardless if it was on a cylinder or full choke settings. Further, it would be extremely difficult, if not impossible, for Mrs. Rudolph to reach the trigger of this weapon, even if it was placed in the case with the muzzle pressed against her chest. We knew it, guys. That action hero embassy guy told us that yes, guys, obviously
Props.
Bianca did not have Bigfoot arms. Okay. She did not. This whole accident story was bonker. I mean, it was bonkers.
It's wild. So by 2021, Lori and Larry had begun building their own dream mansion in Paradise Valley, Arizona. Lori didn't want to live in the old mansion since it had been his and Bianca's home. They also bought a condo in Cabo and traveled there regularly. They were just absolutely living it up, living their dream. But that December, they flew to Cabo to celebrate Christmas. They were met on the tarmac by Mexican police. Oh, so sad.
Okay. Does anyone find it interesting? She doesn't mind sleeping with another woman's husband for 20 years, but she doesn't want to live in that woman's house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she wants her own. Apparently, though, they never moved into this house.
I know, but
remember right.
Go get your own, man. Now, finally, a little over 5 years after Bianca Rudolph's death, Larry Rudolph was arrested for murdering his wife and defrauding 7 insurance companies. Mexican police returned Larry and Lori to the U.S., and Larry was taken to jail in Colorado. Why Colorado, you ask? Colorado was the home of one of the insurance companies that Rudolph had received money from, and it was the home of the FBI Denver division who took the lead on the federal investigation.
He has such a punchable face.
He does.
I don't punch him. I don't like him.
I don't like him.
I don't like him. Anyway, so the affidavit filed for Rudolph's arrest included a thorough breakdown of the facts by FBI Special Agent Donald Peterson. It included testimony from the Zambian witnesses and experts, financial details on the various insurance policies, and details of the investigations done by the insurance companies, because,
Now, guess what, guys? It also included facts found by the FBI's investigation. 1.5 thumbs down.
You're the best. You're the best.
Now, like I said, it included facts by the FBI's investigation, including testimony from Mark Swanepoel's ex-wife, who had socialized many times with Bianca and Larry over mini hunting trips. She was uncomfortable about the rushed nature of the cremation and Larry's lack of concern over Bianca's Catholic traditions. She took it upon herself to dress Bianca's body in black and place a cross around her neck before her cremation. She had also seen Larry bribe a worker to expedite the cremation.
Oh, what a nice lady.
I know, but her
ex-husband's a dick, but whatever. She seems lovely.
Yeah.
She seems lovely. An employee from the dental office also testified, saying that Larry's girlfriend, Lori, had given him an ultimatum to sell his practice and leave Bianca within the year, and that she suspected Larry and Lori had stockpiled the cash earned at the dental's office. Altogether, the FBI had probable cause. Oh boy, did they.
I mean, I'm sorry. Lori is just as culpable in this, but I'm not going to say that, but that's my thoughts. The FBI had also used various tests to prove that Bianca could not have shot herself. They worked with an anthropometry. That specialist from Ohio.
Represent.
I mean, that is the scientific study of the measurement and proportions of the human body. Why can't we just say that instead of calling it an whatever? It's usually used more for product development, but the FBI asked the founder, Bruce Brattmiller, to test their theory. About 50 local women of similar stature to Bianca's volunteered to attempt 3 tests to recreate Bianca's death. Yes.
Mm.
Of all the tests and of all the volunteers, one woman was able to just barely pass one of the reach tests with significant effort.
As you can see, the lady in the picture there, trying to like look how massive that freaking gun is. There's no way.
It is. And guys, I don't know if you've ever held a gun in one of these type of carriers. I don't know how they could say you can't put your finger through and pull the trigger. It
don't make no sense. Well, around this time, the government began the process of seizing Larry's assets, including multiple properties, accounts, a 2017 Bentley, and a 2018 Aston Martin. Oh, it's so sad. Meanwhile, remember, the kids didn't even get their inheritance. I wonder if anybody stuffed his Bentley and put it on their wall above their fireplace. I would have.
Did they call Arca?
Oh boy.
Now, Rudolph was remanded without bond on January 4th, 2022. He was indicted the following day. His attorneys released a statement saying, Dr. Randolph is innocent. The Zambian authorities who were there and investigated said so. The insurance companies who paid the claim after they investigated said so. Strangely, 5 years later, the feds brought charges without any real evidence. No eyewitnesses, no forensics, no anything except for some speculation sprinkled into the chasm of conjecture. That is an incredibly fancy rebuttal. But guys, I expect nothing less from a rich man's defense attorney.
Right? Oh God, those guys. They're doing the job. But really, come on. So they asked the federal judge to release Larry from jail pending trial with supporting affidavits from his children that express their full support. It's crazy. Quote, we know him better than anyone else, and we know that he is innocent, they wrote. Which, again, they're his kids. I understand. What are they going to do? Okay.
Guys, you must remember your brain protects you from things that it thinks you can't handle.
Yeah, no one wants to believe that.
No.
It's wild.
Yeah. Now, District Court Judge William J. Martinez refused to release Rudolph despite Larry offering to pay for private security guards to monitor him in his home. Saying the court is also deeply troubled by any suggestion that the defendant, by virtue of his wealth, should be able to buy his way out of detention by constructing a private jail from the comfort of his girlfriend or relative's home, Judge Martinez wrote.
Boom, mic drop. Judge Martinez for the win.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah. Well, Lori Milleron, look at her. She's looking rough since the last picture we saw her in. Testified in front of the grand jury investigating Bianca's death on January 5th, 2022. She was asked about her relationship with Rudolph and about cash payments he'd made to her before Bianca's death. She testified that Rudolph was only being generous. When asked about Larry's behavior during the investigation, she replied that he was irritated because he was probably innocent. And Larry's children reported that they received abusive text messages from Lori after Larry's arrest. Wicked stepmother.
Did she say probably innocent?
Probably innocent. Yeah.
Abby, could you not have chose your words a little better?
Oh, Lori.
Now, Lori was allowed to return to Arizona. But guys, on February 15th, she was arrested. She was charged with obstruction, perjury, and being an accessory after the fact. She turned down a plea deal, refusing to help the prosecution's case, maintaining that Bianca's death was accidental.
I did not have the mistress getting arrested on my bingo card.
I wanted her arrested just because.
Just because.
Yeah.
Huzzah. Okay, so then Larry Rudolph and Lori Milleron had a joint trial in a Denver federal courtroom. Now, the trial took 13 days and they saw 50 witnesses called. That is a lot of witnesses for that short amount of time. But
it is. Now, the prosecution presented their murder case, all of the witnesses, photos, and ballistic tests. Larry's children were in court every day. And nothing could have prepared us for those visuals, for that testimony. Julian later said it was horrific. Prosecutors also alleged that Larry had built his fortune by committing fraud. They brought up the millions of dollars in disability insurance he'd received after shooting off his own thumb.
Oh, so it wasn't the crocodile? Oh, I can't believe that. Oh my goodness.
Is that the zebra pelt on the floor?
That's a zebra blanket covering her dead body. That's why I was like, remember, she killed a zebra that day. And I just thought that was interesting. The irony.
So the prosecution even alleged that he had cheated his own dental patients for years by purposefully doing bad dental work to ensure that they would later need root canals and by drilling holes in their teeth while they were asleep. Okay, guys, what the actual fuck, Larry? As somebody who's having to get a root canal redone 10 years later, I will say it was very encouraging to hear the endodontist say, oh, those were done really well, but it happens. But the fact that you are purposefully causing people pain and suffering to make more money.
Wild. He is the worst. Everybody say it together as class. Larry is the worst. So the prosecution also brought in a surprising final witness. The bartender at Larry and Lori's favorite watering hole, Steak 44 in Phoenix, Arizona. Bartender Brian Lovelace testified that he'd overheard Larry tell Lori, I killed my fucking wife for you, while they dined at the bar. Yeah. Yeah. So Lovelace had told his coworkers this after hearing it, and one of them had contacted the FBI after reading about Larry's arrest. Tip your servers, people. And as a former server, if your table says something weird, acts weird, there's something going on, they have told everybody that they work with about it. Everybody.
I was getting ready to say, you might not want to confess to killing someone or committing a crime where your server can hear you.
No, because they are going right back to that kitchen and being like, what? You guys, guess what I just heard?
I mean, kudos to them for not just letting it go and actually doing something about it.
Yes, agreed. That is very true. Props on.
Because I don't know if I would want to get involved. I mean, kudos.
Kudos indeed.
The defense presented Bianca's will that did say she wanted to be cremated, and the manual that came with the shotgun that said there was a risk of misfire if dropped. Their star witness was Larry himself, who wanted to testify.
Of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he did. Let's see what this fuckface wants to say.
I think he should have met up with Lori Vallow because I think they would have been great.
Which was also in Arizona.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They should have.
Oh, I just put it together.
Yeah. Okay. Now, on the stand, he said, I did not kill my wife. I could not murder my wife. I would not murder my wife. He cried as he apologized to children for the pain the trial was causing them. Shut the fuck up, Larry. Sorry. The jury foreman later said in an interview, she noticed that when Larry cried, there weren't any real tears.
Not even crocodile tears?
Nope.
Sorry. I didn't even write that one. It just came out of nowhere. Oh, did he get his testimony tips from Alex Murdaugh? Because I think so. I think so.
Speaking of
Murdoch, at
Daybell,
least that's true.
I just read, and I don't remember who it is, but that is probably going to be in the same prison as Daybell. It'll come
Probably
to me.
Koberger.
Koberger, thank you.
Yeah, because they're both max security. Though Daybell will be on the death row level,
Side,
but Koberger will be in max security until he levels down, which takes a while. It takes quite a few years to lower your security level.
Right.
So they actually won't see each other because Daybell is on death row. Now, anyway, unfortunately for Larry, getting on the stand meant giving the prosecution the chance to cross-examine him. Yeah, Larry. That's why you don't take the stand, bro. They asked him about the fact that he testified to being in the shower when Bianca died and showed a crime scene photo of him neatly dressed with a belt and his shirt tucked in. Exhibit whatever right there. That is Larry dressed with a belt on next to his wife's dead body covered in a zebra blanket. He unlocks his portal. So they asked him about the gun, and he said he had paid to have it taken away by trash haulers 2 years after the accident. He told them, quote, "I'm not a gun guy," which is a pretty bold claim for an avid trophy hunter. You're not a gun guy.
Okay, wait a minute. So you like to hunt and kill big game animals, but you're not a gun guy?
Yeah, right? He's not a gun guy, you guys. It's funny.
Okay.
Make that make sense.
Yeah, okay. Now, they also brought up that pesky legal action with Safari Club International as part of that lawsuit. He'd given a deposition in which he said he was not an adulterer. The prosecution made him admit on the stand to previously lying under oath.
Oh, what? No, Larry never. Well, you guys, fairy tales do come true. Because Larry Rudolph and Lori Milleron were both found guilty of the charges against them. Oh, no. Many jurors who were undecided before Larry's testimony thought he was guilty after he testified. That's why you don't take the stand. Larry's only interaction with Lori in the courtroom was waving goodbye to her. Also, quick shout out to, I might say your name wrong, Miho Okon for their courtroom sketches. I love their style. I love courtroom sketches.
I do too. These are great.
They're so great. They did such, I love the style, the watercolor.
Mm-hmm.
I love whoever you are. Miho Okon, great job. Great job.
You've got fans.
Yes.
Now, Larry was sentenced to life in prison, and Lori was sentenced to 17 years in prison, which is an upward departure for her charges. The judge cited that she showed no remorse and had gone out of her way to show cruelty to Bianca Rudolph's children. Because if you want to go look up, you can see some of the text and things she sent to his children. She was horrible.
I did not look up the text. Oh, I'm going to. I don't know why I didn't, but I should have.
Horrible.
Wow. Well, at Lori's sentencing, Anna Bianca Rudolph spoke, saying, quote, "Lori, you have taken my parents, but despite everything you have done, you will never take my soul. This might be difficult to understand because you don't have one."
Burn, baby.
Yes. Get her, Bianca. Anna Bianca seemed genuinely heartbroken to the point of putting all of the blame on Lori directly after the trial. And that is despite a particularly gross jail call between her and her father, in which he tells his daughter that he didn't love Lori, saying, quote, get your barf bags ready, everybody. Quote, "Daddy just needed somebody to have sex with."
I mean,
why would you say that, Larry, to your daughter?
exactly. I
Gross.
yeah. Now, Julian felt differently. He later said the trial was eye-opening and that seeing the prosecution's evidence, remember, guy, he's an attorney. Okay, he's an attorney. He said the evidence brought a lot of clarity and answered a lot of questions for us. For that, he says he is eternally grateful to the federal prosecutors and various investigators who brought the truth about his mother's death to light.
Yeah. All right. Well, they like doing Westerns oil paintings. Oh, that's cool. Well, that is the end of that tragic story. We'll go on to our closing thoughts. And really all I have to say is that Larry is quite literally is the worst. That is all. That's all I have to say. That's it. I have nothing more.
I second that. And he is exactly where he needs to be.
Oh, yes, that's very that's true.
I really, really hope he drops the bar of soap a whole lot.
I hate those guys so much.
That's all I got for him because I'm sorry. I got nothing. He's just awful. I've got nothing.
No, and listen, I do not condone Bianca's hobbies, if you will.
No, I don't
like
her,
her. I don't even like her as a person. But that doesn't mean that she deserved to be murdered.
But I kind of have to wonder, thinking about Catholicism and thinking about the fact my mom hunted because my dad did. And she wanted to spend time with my dad and my brother. And you are raised to do the hobbies that your husbands do. So I can't help but wonder, did she love it or did she love that he loved it?
Yeah. Well, it sounded like she loved it. She had a kill list. Remember that.
Well,
they went there, she had a kill list. So listen, I don't like her.
I'm trying to give her a little bit.
Which it doesn't mean she deserves to be murdered.
She didn't deserve to be murdered.
And she didn't deserve, like, that shitbag still didn't deserve her. So
she did.
Just want to make that clear.
Yeah. I do want to know, and I will have to Google it. Did they at least donate the meat from their kills? I mean, it's not going to make me like them anymore, but it'll make me feel a little better. And then I'm going to just have to say, I'm going to have to go love on my baby goats after this. But then I got to watch Big Brother. So anyway,
that's true.
Yeah, I got nothing else to say.
Wrap it up, because Big Brother, it's already happened and they're all waiting on us. But before we go, if you guys like what you heard tonight, be sure to follow us on all of our socials and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free, all around free. Or if you're listening to our pod, please download and give us a rating. All of that helps us tremendously in getting our channel out there and combating algorithms and all of that other stuff that we don't understand. Right? What we do know is if you like and leave a good word, that helps us out, and it's all free.
Yes. Now, guys, breaking news. Next week, True Crime and Wine Time, we will not have our normal Thursday evening show. Because, guys, we will be preparing to go to Ohio.
Yeah.
So just remember, you will be able to watch our live show in Ohio next Saturday at 3 p.m. You can become a member by clicking the join button and selecting which tier best suits you. It is through memberships that we can keep the lights on and the crime stories flowing. But guys, you become a member, you are going to get content and member special next weekend that you never knew you needed. Elbow Feet will be live on camera too.
I'm sure. I told him we should strap a GoPro to its head.
I mean, it's going to be a great time.
It's going to be a fantastic time. Now, if you need more of Teri and I, you can find us doing something on our True Crime and Wine Time YouTube channel. just about all the time. Every Monday and Wednesday, Teri hosts her show, Midday Missing, where she covers missing person cases that don't seem to get a lot of attention. You can also find those on anywhere you listen to podcasts. This Monday, Teri is having dental work done, so I'm going to be covering her on Monday. As much as I'm sure it would be hilarious to watch Teri on anesthesia trying to do a case, that's probably not appropriate for that show. So
I'm going to just say no.
I'm going to do it for her. Now, for me right now, Couch Court with Llama is a little bit on a hiatus for the month of July. I have my son's birthday next week. All my besties are coming in for our Ohio Live show. And apparently I'm having a bathroom remodeled. It was supposed to happen last week. Now I got pushed to the end. I don't know. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So I won't be able to stream every day like I have been doing, but I will be doing pop-ups when I can. So if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please hit the notification bell so you don't miss when we go live and I do pop-ups. And I guess that wraps that up, huh?
Well, and I'm also going to say for the month of July, I will be having surgery on July 30th, and I will be on heavy meds for 2 weeks. I might just pop and do a live just so everybody can have to enjoy me sleeping, sitting up for 2 weeks and being on heavy pain medication like Double H has to. I might just share the love.
Yay. Yay.
Because we won't have Karen Reed for me to watch. But now I've got this Big Brother thing to watch. So I may not have time.
Who knows what's going to go on by the end of the month. We keep trying to plan things and then it just falls through. You never know. Expect the unexpected, as Julie Chen Moonves would say.
Okay. Yes, I'm aware that the Black Eyed Peas beat Texas last year.
You're going to get beat up in Ohio. Just kidding.
I know. I honestly thought it was Black Eyed Peas, not Buckeyes.
I know. You told me.
Okay.
Anyway,
I really
let's
did.
sign off,
So,
shall we?
I want to thank you all for joining us. And as always, guys, please stay safe. Take care of yourself. And guys, enjoy your wine time.
Yes, thank you everyone for listening and supporting us. It means everything. Until next time, take care of your mind, take care of each other, and never stop asking the hard questions. Now, go forth and be amazing. Bye, guys.